Alright, what's up everybody? This is the Voncast Show, and with me today is a good buddy of mine. We've been doing music for a while. We used to live in the studio at CISA in the summertime, working on music and all that fun shit. Hearing this guy evolve to what his sound is now is pretty cool. And he's got his girl with him, aka Bvby Tulip, aka load a few clips, you know. Bvby Tulip, aka 2 clips, aka fucking, I don't even know, man. But without further ado, here's First Amendment. How's it going, man?
Yo,
What up, dude? How's it going today?
I'm chilling.
You chilling? How you, Bvby Tulip?
Good.
You good? You
Does this
good?
thing reach?
I think so. Yeah, I think it reaches. I can fuck with the audio for a little bit, but just for the fuck of it.
Hey.
All right. So, First Amendment, aka First Appendix.
Hey.
This would be funny. All right, so man, who were the first artists you listened to, like when you got into hip hop?
I didn't really get into rap until like high school,
Mm-hmm.
so like 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
Like before that, I was into like mostly rock stuff, like
Okay.
Green Day and Linkin Park and shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then just like whatever my parents would listen to, like 60s and 70s stuff.
Okay.
So like at the time, it was like I didn't really like. It was kind of boring to me. But
Mhm.
like the older I get, the more I'm like interested in that kind of music.
Okay.
But I didn't really get into rap till like 14,
Mhm.
like when I got to high school, because
Yeah.
most of my friends would start listening to like rap. And at the time, it was like 2009, 2010, so it was mostly like whoever was like popping mainstream wise, like Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne,
Gotcha.
Wiz Khalifa, like whoever was like big at the time,
Right.
just like mainstream stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, like the first underground song that I heard, like quote unquote underground, was Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil.
That was hard.
Yeah, that was like the first underground song I heard, and then from there, like, luckily, like I was born in the internet age, so I could literally just type any artist on Google, click a few buttons, and their whole catalog would show up.
That's true.
So I could go through all their stuff, related artists, and all that. So I was like, I'm really lucky to be able to live now.
Yeah.
Because like if it was like the 1970s, like it would just be whatever's on the radio.
Yeah.
But now, like, you don't have to worry about the radio. It's just a few clicks, and you can get whatever
That's
music
very
you
true.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's so accessible these days. When I met you, I mean, you was like heavy into the apathy,
Yeah.
self-titles,
Yeah.
was it Diabolic?
Yeah. So like throughout high school, like I started getting into underground music like over high school, like from like 2010 to like 2012, 13.
Yeah.
Like that was all I would listen to was like underground rap, and then like from those artists like Jedi Mind Tricks, R.I.P. the Rugged Man, like those kind of artists.
Right.
They would like any interview they did, or like even in their songs, they'd always mention like the older rappers, like the Big L and Cool G Rap, and like all the old legends.
Yeah.
So like from the underground rap, I would like do my homework about the older stuff, because I was like new to rap still.
Right.
So I had to like go back to like the 80s and 90s and just like learn about NWA, Wu-Tang, like all the older stuff.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with it early on in like high school, and like kind of just took like any free time I had would be like listening to new music. And even though it wasn't new as far as like when it was made, it was like new to me to go back and listen to like older stuff.
Yeah. So how did you get into rapping? You went from just like listening to music to actually like applying.
Yeah. So like I started writing raps like my freshman year of college, because like I was playing baseball in school from like 8 years old all the way up through high school. So like once I finished playing baseball, like I didn't really have anything to do. Like I was just going to school. So I was like, I got to do something like keep my competitive edge or whatever.
Okay.
Or like something. I couldn't just go to school and come home like and that's it.
Yeah.
So like I was like, okay, I've been listening to like rap for long enough. I might as well like start to write my own raps. So I would just go on YouTube and pick instrumentals from like my favorite songs or whatever, and just write like usually just straight rap, like no hooks or nothing, just straight raps, bars to the whole thing.
Bars.
Yeah.
So when I met you, how long have you been rapping? When I met you?
You met me like I hadn't recorded anything when I met you.
Yeah, this is
So 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Like early 2015.
Yeah.
So I started writing raps like very late, like December 2013, I think was.
Damn.
Yeah. And then like all of 2014, I was just writing. Like I wasn't recording or nothing. I didn't know where to record, how to do it or anything.
Yeah.
I was just writing raps.
That's crazy. Yeah. You like progressed a lot for that time because when I met you, you spitting bars. Actually, the first time I heard your stuff was there was the CSUN Hip Hop Culture Club. There's that video. Y'all were freestyling at the library.
Yeah.
You said something about like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I was like, holy shit, that was pretty dope. I gotta meet this person.
That was the first meeting of when I joined the hip hop club.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time I ever rapped in front of anyone. Like everything else before that was just like to myself in my head.
I really thought you'd been rapping for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'd been writing for like a year, so like it was just like my first time to get it out. Yeah.
So you go by many aliases. I'm gonna start off with this one. How did you get the name First Amendment?
All right. Well, when I first started rapping, it was mostly about like punchlines and bars and stuff and like offensive shit.
Okay.
So like First Amendment, freedom of speech just kind of made sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was just like the first thing that came to me. Like I'm saying a lot of off the wall shit. Like
I liked it.
First Amendment.
It was a lot of it was pretty good. Me myself liking punchlines and bars. That's why I resonated with your music.
Yeah.
Because out of everybody else in the club, your style was the one I resonated to the most.
Yeah.
Because punchlines, the bars, you listen to self-titled, apathy, all that shit. So I'm like, yo, I really fuck with this.
Yeah.
Dude, you know? Everybody at the time was like, no offense. Everybody was on the Kendrick wave.
Yeah.
But
well,
much love.
Yeah. I've always like tried to do like different shit because I feel like everyone's gonna sound the same. Like if you sound like everyone, like you're not gonna really go anywhere. So like that was kind of like my niche when I first started. It was like just saying like off the wall shit, even if it wasn't like I would like slow down the flow and not like focus on the flow, focus more on like what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then like people would be like, oh, that's crazy. But then so that was how I started pretty much.
So what's your like? Talk to us about your writing process. Cause say you've been writing the whole time. So you listen to a beat and then
well, when I first started, I would just find instrumentals of like songs that I liked. It wasn't any like new kind of beats. It was just like whatever I liked, and I would just write like no hooks or anything, just like 64 bars on a song, just straight. And then I started to like actually like make songs, and I would like think of hooks and stuff, but it was still at the beginning still like boom bap, like old school stuff.
Right.
And then I started to get more into like the newer stuff. Like I wanted to kind of like blend older like rhyme schemes and stuff into like newer beats, but make it like kind of dark.
Right. Yeah.
Because like I felt like older stuff wouldn't really get that much plays.
Yeah.
Like it's still good. It's good music. I still like it, but it was like it kind of got old to me.
Yeah.
So I started to focus less on like punchlines and stuff and more on like flow and just making like good sounding songs instead of like having like a few punchlines. Just making like dope sounding songs.
Yeah, because I definitely noticed the change. I mean, you went from rapping like 64 bars.
Yeah.
You did like the Nas, was it a...
Yeah, I did a freestyle from Nas's like the instrumental.
Yeah.
And it was like 84 bars,
it was
just
crazy.
straight,
You like went every 4 bars you record, stop.
Yeah.
And then I noticed switching up a little more.
Yeah. So like that was like a 4-minute song, and like my songs now are like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's more just like compacting a bunch of energy into like 2 minutes instead of like 4-minute long songs.
I remember too, we were in the studio, it was me, you, and Lord's son, and we were recording, and like you were just talking, and I remember you were laughing, you're saying, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny now.
Yeah.
You started to actually start engineering your own work.
Yeah.
How did you decide?
Yeah, I remember that was like the first time I was in the studio here.
Yeah.
And I was like just watching what he was doing. I was like, I don't have the patience to do that.
Yeah.
But then it kind of like became a necessity. Like he was the one I was gonna like use to do all that stuff, but he's like, he wasn't always gonna be there. So and no one was like always gonna be there.
Right.
So it's kind of just like a necessity. Like if I really want to do this, I got to learn how to do it myself. So I mean, I literally just went on YouTube, looked up like how to mix vocals because I wasn't really making beats at the time. It was just vocals. I was like, how to mix vocals on Pro Tools. So watched a few videos and then like kind of went from there. Just started using like presets and stuff, and then just eventually like started to learn how to do it like from scratch. So it was kind of just out of necessity.
Okay. Yeah.
But then like as I started doing it more and more, like that became what I liked more than actually recording.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt like I was better and I had more growth opportunity doing mixing and like mastering and stuff like that, like the technical stuff, as opposed to like recording. Like recording and writing kind of got like old to me. Like I still like doing it, just to like put a full like project together, but like the technical side of it was like kind of what I fell in love with more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because I noticed you were the one that was like, hey, I'll mix and master that. Because did you do Vice City?
Yeah.
You did CSUN Hip Hop Culture Club's track Vice City and Holy Keys.
Yeah, and Gabe, he was the one who wanted me to do it, and he still uses that same project to record all this stuff now. So he's basically like using the same template I used.
Not gonna lie, man, I hit you up a couple times.
Yeah.
What's that template you record at? What's that Pro Tools template?
Yeah, because it's really like standard and it works for anything. I just as I like grew, I kind of wanted to customize things more. Right. So I've just like evolved that way. Yeah.
I remember you had like the presets. I'd write it down. We tried to use that, but over time you definitely.
Yeah, I wanted to do everything from scratch. So if like someone came to me that had music done before that was really good, I wanted to be able to like replicate that. Yeah.
I gotta talk about your style, man. You went from apathy.
Yeah.
You to something different. I mean. Yeah. I'm very new to this scene. I don't know what it's called.
The SoundCloud scene.
Okay, SoundCloud. I want to say maybe it's like horrorcore because it's been out. Like Brother Chung.
Okay.
6 Mafia. I mean, the stuff that y'all write. It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's like as if you're like Stephen King, but on the Stephen King.
That makes
very
sense.
Dark, very horror-y. What is that called? The SoundCloud scene?
Yeah, I mean it's
horrorcore.
Yeah, it's kind of like the new horrorcore. Okay. Like there's been horrorcore like in different ways, like boom baps, like Brother Lynchung, and then 3-6 Mafia was like the trap kind of version of it, and it's kind of like made its way back in. So when I said I first started, I was making like boom bap, like Wu-Tang, NWA, Demigod stuff, and then like I wanted to make something new, but like not like Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar type new, but like something darker. I wanted to blend the two. So she actually got me into like the new like underground stuff.
Thank you, Bvby Tulip.
Yeah. So she told me about like Bones, like Sexual Water Boys, Suicide Boys, like Puya and all them. So she took me to the Suicide Boys concert with Puya in like March 2016. It was like their first big tour together. And I was like, whatever, like I'll just go just to like see what it's like. Yeah. And by the end of it, like when we were leaving, I was like, this is the shit. Like this is like the new dope wave.
Yeah.
Like I want to do something like this.
Yeah, man. I'm just recently like starting to really, really like it because I heard about Suicide Boys and Puya from No Jumper, and I really like delved into the music. Yeah. It's very reminiscent to 3-6 Mafia, that style.
Yeah, it's like the new renovated version of that.
Yeah. But I like it, man. It's dark. There's something about it truly appealing.
It was exactly what I was kind of looking for, like new trap kind of stuff, but like with a dark, more sinister like undertone. But they also, the thing I like about those artists is that they can be versatile and like talk about like emotional stuff too. It's not always like demonic like 666. They do have that, and that's kind of like what I gravitated to at first. But then I like kind of dug deeper and I was like, they make a lot of emotional stuff and just say what they're feeling, and that kind of like resonated with me. Like I can do that myself too.
Right. All right, we gotta get our hands off the table.
Okay.
I think it's squeaky.
Yeah, it is kind of.
I just realized.
All right.
That's cool. So so not even off this kind of topic. Like, okay, Bones. Would he like kind of start that whole thing?
I think it was like Raider Clan started it, like Space Ghost Perp in like 2011, 2012. Yeah. That was like the Florida version, and then Bones and like Sexual Water Boys, Xavier Wolf, Chris Travis. They were like the next ones to go. Okay. And then kind of from there it evolved like Puya and then Suicide Boys, and
Yeah.
then now it's like Ghost Main.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Very cool music. I mean, it's different. Okay, so back to it, dude. All right. So when I see your music, I see this person, Lil Thornbush. Is that
Yeah.
you too?
Yeah, so that's I use for like as a producer name.
Okay.
I don't like to put like produced by First Amendment on every single song
Gotcha.
because I started making my own beats this year, and so like every song that I do now is like produced by me. So I didn't want to have it like produced by First, because I want to like give myself some kind of credit, but I don't want to like have my name on every single thing.
Gotcha.
So I use Lil Thornbush is like my any kind of dark song is like that's the name I use. And I think that started, I think last Halloween, because I was Jesus for Halloween.
Nice.
So we had the crown of thorns.
Nice.
And I was gonna use an actual like thorns to put in my head.
Okay.
Like from actual thorn bush.
Oh, wow, that's next level.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "That's crazy! Don't do that."
Don't do that.
So I didn't do it, but I was like, "That's a dope like name, like Lil Thornbush."
Yeah.
And then the other one I use is Young Sober.
Who's Young Sober?
That's me too, but it's because I'm like completely sober now. I used
Wow.
to, not that it was like a big problem for me. It was just like I feel better about it.
That's good.
Like
for you,
she definitely helped me. Like it was like
because you're pretty much
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, because whenever I would like, I was at the point where I was like smoking and drinking like every single day, like 2015, and I was like, I'm getting like super lazy, like I can't get anything done. So I was like, it wasn't like an addiction or anything. It was just like, I can't deal with like school and shit sober. I was like, I gotta come to school like drunk or something or whatever.
Oh, that's right, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, Mr. Waterball, right?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I was like,
Good for you.
So I was like,
Good.
this is making me too lazy.
Yeah.
Like I can't get anything done. So I was like, I'll just quit. Like it wasn't even hard. It was
Good for
an
you.
easy thing to do.
Yeah, because Josh did the same thing where
Mm.
he realized that substance use impacted his performance in school, life, and music. So when he stopped, dude, he went crazy.
And some people will like do it and they'll think it's like helping them, but like down the road it's just gonna fuck with them.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Man.
yeah, not that it was like an addiction for me. It was just like something that I definitely could have done without. So
Well, it's an experience. You're in college. You
yeah,
know, that's good. You know that now.
yeah.
What program do you use to make beats?
Oh well, for making beats, I started using FL Studio because I have a PC and it was just the easiest thing for my brother to download for me. So I used that for FL Studio for beats. Kind of just picked it up, same thing. Just went on YouTube, how to make trap beats on FL Studio,
Right.
and kind of just went from there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been using.
Yeah. I also noticed. I mean, you also mix Bvby Tulip stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that Dolphin song. Okay, like that was next level with engineering. And
Yeah.
Was that auto-tune?
Yeah, we started using autotune. It's kind of like the industry standard now to use autotune.
Right.
But we just did it to because we're doing more like cloud rap, like Young Lean type stuff.
What is cloud rap?
It's it's mostly like European like rap, like Young Lean, Blade, like Drain Gang stuff. And it just sounds like you're in a cloud pretty much.
Okay.
And it's a really auto-tune, really heavy reverb and stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's like the style that she kind of like gravitated towards. And then we got the auto-tune thing and just made it a lot easier. And then we have a new song she's doing that's really, really dope.
Cool.
Should be coming pretty soon,
Yeah, because it's crazy how 2 years ago you were just rapping and now you're doing this. And I like with your stuff, it's cool because I know it's just you rapping, but from what I've noticed, some verses sound totally different from each other.
Yeah.
That's a really cool effect.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called, but
Well, yeah, like I said, like I became less interested in like writing punchlines and stuff and making like good sounding music.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like good wordplay or anything. Like I still try to have as much of that as possible.
Yeah.
But it's more like making just good sounding music more than anything.
See, that's where kind of like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Because punchlines are dope and all, and wordplay is great, but I feel that only like a niche crowd, like if you're really, really into hip hop, you would get it.
Yeah.
But the general audience, that would fly over their head.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't realize until like later on.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like, well, should I try something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always thought, oh man, it's a sick ass punchline, but when I perform it, no one gets it.
No one cares. Unless it's like an acapella and you're like slowing it down. But if it's like you're performing one of your songs, like no one really cares. Yeah.
I mean, people do care, but it's that certain niche.
Yeah, unless it's if you're like a battle rapper or something, like I still like kind of watch battle rap a little bit. Like KOTD stuff.
King of the dot, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, but it's only like dope now because it's like acapella and they're just like, it's like a boxing match.
Yes.
It's not really like two people just going up performing their songs. It's like actually like presented as like a boxing match kind of. So like you kind of have to have like really good lines or else like no one's going to fuck with you. Yeah,
that's a really good point you make. I mean, there's like good sounding music. You know, you're right. It's totally right. I mean, for now, like, and that's what I'm kind of trying to like really incorporated in my music. Not so many as much punchlines. I mean, like you said, it's still nice to have them. It shows that you're witty and smart, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to maybe, I don't know, almost cater to the audience, but like, will your audience like it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're performing, will they like memorize this shit? You know, will they memorize like your triple entendre?
Yeah.
Or will they memorize some catchy shit?
Most likely not triple entendre.
Yeah. Probably not.
It's more. I think it's more about the flow than anything nowadays. Like a lot of like newer rappers like you can't even tell what they're saying. Yeah. Like quote unquote mumble rap, but it like sounds really dope. Like it gives a good vibe. So like I learned that music is more about vibe than like technical parts. So like sometimes I'll be making a song and like maybe something technically is off, but like the vibe it gives is good. So I'll just like leave it. Like the OCD in me will like want to change it, but I'm like, this sounds better like fucked up than it does fixed. So I'll just leave it because it gives off a better vibe. Yeah, I noticed. I mean, I've noticed a lot now with the SoundCloud rap. A lot of it doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like professional, but it sounds like gritty and in a good way. Yeah. It's like it sounds underground, which is like a good thing now. Yeah, it's almost like lo-fi bands or like garage bands. Yeah. Where it doesn't sound mastered or mixed, but still good. But I guess at the same time, you still want to have quality. Yeah, like the best case scenario is like professionally sounding stuff that still is like really gritty. Yeah. But like a lot of people are making music at home now on a laptop, and you can't achieve like studio sound. Right. Exactly, but you can get it good enough to like people will listen to it. Also, too, I think with a lot of the quote-unquote mumble rap and all this stuff, you gotta give due to the engineer. Yeah. Because if it without them, you can't really. It won't sound good. Yeah, I mean, you go to like a live show of like Young Thug or anything. I'm not like trying to knock him or like specifically, but like. Or like Future or something, and it just sounds totally different. Like their energy is good, so they put on a good show, but like their voice sounds like totally different. They don't have auto-tune in a microphone? You can, yeah. Travis Scott uses it a lot, but it's just like the overall sound just isn't like the same. So I guess it's tough in that sense because you can't translate that all into live. But you know, the energy's there, it's there. Yeah, those guys like put the energy that makes up for it. So dude, I looked at Lil Pump's Instagram. This guy, like energy's crazy. He jumped off like a balcony. Yeah. Him and XXX did the same thing. It was crazy. Yeah. Okay, so that's awesome, man. That you started like becoming very DIY. Yeah, you know? And like I said, it was more out of necessity, just like because I didn't know like anyone that would be there every single time, and even like if they had to cancel, like I still wanted to get my shit done. Right. So I was just like, I have to do this myself. That's and it just cool. At the end of the day, when you put everything together and do everything like in-house by yourself, and she helps a lot with like the videos and stuff. It just feels more accomplishing. Like I'll upload something. Like before it was just like, oh, I'll just upload this, but now it's like, damn, I actually like put time into this and did this like from scratch. Like beat, wrote the lyrics, recorded it, mixed it, and then did a video. She shoots the video. Okay. Put it together, did everything by herself without having to really spend any money. That's great. And put it out. It just feels so much more accomplishing. Heck yeah. I mean, like even I don't really even care about like the views right now. That's just cool. Like doing everything myself is like, damn, like I'm actually doing this. Yeah, that's what I want to congratulate you on, man, because you did everything on your own. The beats, the engineering, and the music videos, which we'll talk about now. Yeah. You started making your own music videos, both of y'all. Yeah. And y'all did 3 this summer. Well, we did. She did 1, I did 3. Okay. And then we had. Who filmed that? Was all you? I filmed. Yeah. Everything. Me and my brother filmed most of it. Okay. And and she filmed some of it too.
That was
yours?
That was the first one we made.
Yeah, that was the first
That
one.
was kind of
we did.
like our experiment because we didn't use the software or anything yet.
Yeah, we were gonna have someone come and do it. I'm not gonna say who it is, but we were gonna have someone come and do it. And
It was a professional guy.
yeah, and he like flaked on us.
Okay.
So we're like, fuck it, we'll just do it ourselves on an
That's
iPhone.
cool.
So yeah,
iPhone
all
shot?
the videos we shoot are iPhone 6S. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it looks.
That's pretty
It
cool.
doesn't look like professional, but it looks like good enough to watch. You know
Right,
what I
but
mean?
a lot of times these days, I mean, it's a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
You know, like or like DSLRs or
Mm-hmm.
iPhone 6S. I mean, it looks good as long as
Yeah.
the lighting's there.
Yeah, and as long as you know like what angles and
Yeah.
shots to get, and you know how to like cut it up and put it together, like it'll be
it's
fun.
clean. I mean, it looks really good. So,
Mhm.
so y'all did this total of 4.
Yeah, we did. I did. She did one, and then we did one together.
Mhm.
And then I did 2 by myself. Well, I did one with Troy and Jalen, and then I did one with myself. And then actually tonight, once we're done, we're gonna go film another one. So that should be coming like next week.
Okay. So, I gotta talk about your latest video. That was all iPhone.
Yeah, all of them.
Editing in it.
Yeah.
I'll show you a link on this YouTube thing, but dude, that was next level.
I filmed good angles.
You do. That was all you.
Yeah, she films.
Dude, that
good
was really
angles.
good. Cause I thought like y'all like, I don't know, cause the complexity from the previous video to this one, it was next level. It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yo.
Well, it was a different kind of song. Like
Yeah.
every song has a different vibe.
Mhm.
So like the first few were kind of like low key, like kind of just like smooth,
Right.
kind of.
Cause the next thing I asked, where did you get that chainsaw?
So I borrowed it from my friend.
Okay.
I was like, do you have a chain? I was gonna rent one from like Home Depot or something. It was. I was like, I can't put blood on this. Like, I wanted to put blood on it, and I was like, I can't do that to Home Depot. And they're like, what the hell happened? So I just borrowed my friend's. It wasn't even like a chainsaw. I don't think it was like a hedge trimmer. Or
That
something.
looked like you could fuck people up.
Yeah, I mean, you could fuck someone up with it, but it
Oh.
wasn't like a legit chainsaw.
Yeah, cause I was like, yo, that's next. So okay, where'd you get the blood, man?
Yeah, the blood we made,
Okay.
we just looked up how to make fake blood, and it was like chocolate syrup.
I had to ask. Man. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I saw that picture of you.
Yeah,
with the orange,
standing-
like a fucking. Like,
Oh, it was like
jumpsuit
prison pants. We found at the Goodwill or something.
And with a chainsaw.
Yeah,
And blood all over your face. I'm like, yo. Me
yeah,
and Josh were like, what the fuck is going on, man?
yeah,
I gotta ask them this shit.
yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool, man. So, no issues with that shit. The security guy was.
No,
cool?
they didn't even say anything.
That's dope.
They were just watched us.
That's pretty cool, man. That everything is being done in house.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna pay off later on because
Uh-huh.
you don't have to hire anybody for
Yeah, like.
making beats.
Mhm.
Or now, people can hire you.
That's what I'm saying. Like I put all my beats on YouTube, not all of them, but most of them on YouTube. So if anyone wants to like use them or whatever, like they're free to do it.
You get a couple of them shit. The interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty dope, man. Really good beats, man. Like I like
Yeah.
that shit. I want to rap over something like that in the near future. So can you talk to us about your Crown of Thorns series?
Yeah. So it's basically like my first songs that I produced. Like everything before this year was I didn't make any beats. So it's kind of just like my first like group of beats that I made.
Yeah.
So it was each one of them's 4 songs each, all produced by me, and then so I just wanted to put them together. I like to be organized, and I didn't want to do like 12 songs at once, just because it would just be a mess for people to listen to all at once.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'll just do them in chunks of 4. I think 4 is like a good number. It's not too many.
Oh, 4 at a time.
4 at a time,
That's
yeah.
pretty
So it's
good.
Crown of Thorns, episode 1, 2, and 3. And I did a video for each one, so like kind of like a single right before I dropped the project.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Crown of Thorns was just kind of like going off Lil Thornbush, like
Right.
just kind of
Mhm.
using that name.
I came up with the name.
Yeah, she came up with
That's
it.
a cool name.
We're actually gonna use it as like a group name, like me and her, but like we just kind of doing different music, so like we'll just do
right.
solo names. But like Crown of Thorns was like a kind of like a good way to like put out my first few songs. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. So yeah, I keep calling you Atheist Jesus. This guy, if you don't know, has longer hair, so okay. Talk to us about that song 1994 you made. 'Cause
Okay.
that was like, who is this? That's
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
right?
It's me and my uncle.
Really?
So yeah.
Your uncle sings or raps?
Yeah, he sings.
Okay.
So he's originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
And my grandpa was into like music and stuff, and he
Mhm.
played like saxophone and piano and a little bit.
Mhm.
And he always got his kids into that. So my uncle and my mom. So my mom and my uncle played piano. My mom didn't like it really. She was just doing it because her dad forced her to. But like my uncle really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So he was in like choir and like band and stuff in high school.
Mhm.
And he was in a doo-wop band when he was in high school. And then they moved to California in the 70s, like 79, I think.
Yeah.
And my grandpa started a record label,
Really?
RPM Records. And they would basically take people's songs that people wrote, and my uncle would like perform them and record them.
Mhm.
And then they would sell those. And they would charge people to like send in their stuff, and they would record it.
That's dope.
Yeah. So then my uncle kind of got out of it for a little bit, and then like in the 90s, he met someone at work who was a producer. And they like recorded a few songs. They recorded like a demo, and they submitted it to Capitol Records. And the A&Rs there liked them, like they wanted to sign them.
Right.
But right before they were gonna sign them, they were like, we need like a few more songs. So as they were recording those new songs, the whole A&R like section got fired, or whatever you call them. They all got fired. So they brought in a new regime or whatever, and they like weren't really feeling my uncle's music.
Man.
So they were like this close to getting in, but that whole like section got fired or whatever. So they made that little like demo tape or whatever, and my uncle played it for me when I was younger. I didn't really care, but I just like remembered it recently when I was starting to make beats. I was like, what can I sample? So I was like, okay, I could sample my uncle on a song. So I listened to his demo or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is the song I want to use. So I kind of just took it and like added some like newer drums.
Yeah.
Because my uncle was talking about like those songs would be good now if they're like modernized. I was like,
Right.
okay, I can just add some like trap drums to it or
That's
whatever.
dope.
Yeah. So I just put that on there, like cut out some space for some verses and just wrote it. I wrote like my verses kind of how he did the original, and then just kind of put it together
So
like
you
that.
sang that?
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
was. Yeah, so my uncle was like I used the hook that he did originally, and then just used like my verses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you also Ace Mono? Is that your uncle?
that's my uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, so many aliases.
Yeah, yeah, that's my uncle.
That's dope, man. So, do you have any advice for people trying to come up in like this day and age in music?
Yeah, I would pretty much say keep going. Like, don't get discouraged, because like even at the end of the day, if like you're not getting like a big response from people, like for me, music like is really like one of the only things I like to do. So that's like the only thing getting me through life is being able to listen and make music. And it just like I said, when I started doing everything like myself, and me and her just doing everything ourselves, it just feels so much more rewarding. Like I just feel like we're doing more than other people are willing to do. So like whether it like works out or not, it just feels like, damn, like we gave it our best shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you're just starting out, or you've been doing it for a while and you're getting discouraged, I'd say just whatever you're doing, like do it more. Like do whatever you're doing and try to expand and do it as much as possible. Because as long as you like doing it.
Yeah.
Some people just want to do it just to like get famous or rich or whatever,
Yeah.
which you can. I mean, that's an option, but like if it doesn't work out, you're just gonna end up like miserable. So like just keep doing what you're doing and just find ways to like get things done. Like don't make excuses or anything. Like right now, I'm working, I'm in school, but I'm still finding studio time. I'm still finding time to make music.
Right,
and I'm not
right.
like gonna stop what I'm doing music-wise just because like other things are coming up. Like just find a way to do it and get through it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. I really think that you definitely both y'all are talented.
Yeah.
I've seen your videos, your music, your beats, engineering, so it's there. Just keep going.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that you gave it your best shot. Like you didn't half-ass it, you actually tried. So.
Well said. Well said, man. Let's see. Who are you feeling right now in music? Like, what you recommend any artists?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said earlier, like the Suicide Boys, Ghostman, like the new underground stuff is what I've been listening to the most. But I've honestly been trying to listen to like older stuff too, like the Beach Boys and like just older stuff. One, because it gives me more things to sample and
right.
you know, make new songs out of.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, my parents used to listen. They still listen to all that stuff. And when I was younger, I didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, whatever, my parents are listening to it. Like, I wanted to find my own music, so I found like Green Day and stuff like that. But the older I get, it's like the more I appreciate the older artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're doing everything. They're not using computers or nothing. They're doing everything just talent-wise, talent-based.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to listen to like older stuff and just, you know, broaden my music horizons or whatever. Listening to a lot of different genres. Like, I'm getting more into like death metal stuff, punk stuff, older stuff.
Do you have any upcoming projects or videos?
Yeah. So yeah, we're filming a video tonight. Should be out next week.
Okay.
And then another video by the end of this month. And then another video and project in October.
Nice.
So, and then hopefully one more video and one more project by the end of the year.
Nice.
We'll see how much like time I have as the semester goes on.
Yeah.
But that's my plan. So like 4 more music videos and 2 more projects.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So, going back to the beats thing, how long does it take for you to make beats?
It kind of depends. Like when I'm making beats for her or making beats with her, she likes to have a lot in it.
Yeah.
So it'll take a little longer.
Right.
Like the beats I make for myself are usually pretty simple. They don't take very long.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do it more, the less time it takes.
Right.
If I'm, you know, some people think sampling is like the easy way out, but it actually, for me, it takes longer just to like make sure it's timed up right and everything syncs up really well.
Right.
But yeah, it doesn't take that long anymore like when I first started.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the programs now are so simple to use, and YouTube is always there to like guide you through it. So
That's
I'd say the longest thing that takes the longest is the music videos. Just
Yeah.
putting all those together takes up a few days.
How do you shoot a music video? I'm just curious. You just like
You kind of just, you know, look and see what looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really like a formula or anything. Like each song is going to be different,
right.
so you want to have different elements in each video,
Yeah.
and just kind of think about like videos you like that you've seen,
Right.
and kind of not copy but like emulate that, because
Yeah.
everyone who makes photography or videos or whatever kind of follows the same guidelines, but they just have their own style on it.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever looks good, really. I mean, it's the
Right.
same with music. Whatever sounds good. It doesn't have to follow a set of rules. It's just whatever sounds good, whatever looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, cause your last video I was blown away by the editing. Like that was
Yeah, that
next
one-
level. I was like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
pretty good. How long did that take to
It
film?
didn't take. Oh, to film, it didn't really take long, like a few hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then editing, same thing. Like,
Right.
we're at the mercy of the studio here, like as
Yeah.
far as like their hours and stuff.
Yeah.
But because if like eventually I want to get to the point, you know, sometime soon where I can just do all this at home.
Yeah.
But right now, while I'm in school, it's free. I might as well use the stuff they have
Definitely.
here. It's pretty good stuff. Like if I was at home, I could do it all in a day. Like
Yeah.
do a song from scratch, do a video, and do all that in a day.
Mhm.
But it only took like 2 days to do the video.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
Very cool. Very cool. So, where can we find you on social media?
So SoundCloud, well, social media, the best would be probably Instagram.
Uh-huh.
So it's r.i.p.firstamendment, with the periods on the r.i.p.
Right.
Same with Twitter, r.i.p.firstamendment, but I'm not really on there that much.
Me neither.
Or I'm not really on any of them that much, but if you're gonna try to find me, I guess that would be where to go. SoundCloud, yeah, soundcloud.com/firstamendmenthip-hop, all one word. And yeah, and YouTube is r.i.p. First Amendment as well.
Okay.
So that's probably the best place to find, like, I put all my songs and videos and beats on YouTube.
Okay.
So that would probably be the best place to find it.
Okay.
Because I just felt like YouTube, there's so much more people on YouTube than SoundCloud. I still put stuff on SoundCloud, but it's
Yeah.
like YouTube just seems like a much bigger platform.
Yeah, there's like a whole nother thing to SoundCloud. Like
Mhm.
I'm not on it enough. But
Yeah.
Dude, like, I don't know how people get so many plays.
Yeah. Well, it's all pretty much related to like social media, like how involved your social media is.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the only place people will like know you exist is YouTube and social media.
Yeah.
Like SoundCloud is kind of where you direct them to, but you need a
Right.
place to like where to direct them.
Oh,
So
okay.
social media would probably be the best place.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't really put much effort into social media.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, into SoundCloud. Maybe that's why I don't like get as much plays. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine like how much attention people put
Yeah.
to get like a bunch of plays.
Yeah, well, everyone like is different. Like
Yeah.
some artists will start with like they won't get any followers. Like they'll do like 100 songs and like
Yeah.
no one will feel them. And then some people, and then they'll eventually, you know, their hard work will catch up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started that way, just putting stuff on SoundCloud, not really
Mhm.
marketing that much, and then he just kind of blew up. Same with
Yeah.
like Suicide Boys, Ghostmain, like
Mhm.
they kind of did the same thing, just put a lot of stuff out, and
Right.
eventually it caught up.
Right.
And there's other artists like Designer last year, Lil Yachty, they made like one song, one project, and it just kind of took off without having to do like much. It just kind of took off without having to put in a body of work or a
Right.
catalog or anything.
Right.
So, I mean, there's different ways to do it. It's just kind of whatever. I mean, the approach I'm taking is just keep going,
Good.
like not try to make, like every song I do, I want it to be better than the last one,
Mhm.
but I'm not looking at each song like, oh, this is going to be the one that blows up or whatever.
Right.
I just want to make a good song and try to make as many good songs as I can, and hopefully people will see, like, you know, the catalog is
Yeah.
good. As
Yeah.
opposed to just having like one song blow up or whatever.
Yeah, because I noticed your music, man, is pretty cool. Because each EP, like, not all the songs are the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that's pretty cool. You can switch it up.
Mhm.
Came a long way from just
Yeah.
wordplay and like
Yeah.
punchlines to really just doing everything in the
Yeah,
spectrum.
because like my music interests have gotten bigger. It used to be just like bars and lyrics,
Yeah.
like that's all I would listen to.
Mhm.
Now I'm listening to like, you know, like the cloud rap stuff. It's really like atmospheric and really,
Mhm.
you know, sounds like wilderness music.
Okay.
And then there's like the hardcore, like 666, like
Yeah.
hardcore music. So I kind of want to like go in between both
That's dope.
and just go all through the spectrum of music, not just focus on one thing.
Cool. Bvby Tulip, where can we find you on social media?
We'll save that for later.
Okay, yo, that's a part 2. But with that said, thank y'all very much for being on this show. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. See you around. Check out his music. Check out her music eventually when I give you the link. But yeah, that's it, man. And let's see. I think that's about it. Wait, hold up. I got to end it right. Oh my god.
Wow.
I had to.
Did you add that on the other one?
No, I didn't.